Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Don Hicks, Living for Life Wellness LLC. Hey, man, today is a very special day, as all days are. Well, I should have said this month is a special month. That's what I meant. There we go. This month is a special month because not only is this month my birthday month, in a few weeks, I'll be 54. That's what I'm talking about. So on May 18th, 1967, I was born, not in a manger, but at Detroit. No, it was Butzel Hospital. That's where I was born. So anyway, and the other thing that's so important about this month is that it is Men's Health Awareness Month. And especially important for African American men because we don't go to the doctor. I mean, and some of it is because of course, there's some cultural background to that. We know about the Tuskegee experiment. We know about other experiments that have been done to African American men and women. And so I understand that. I understand the being so hesitant about going to the doctor, the trepidations, the fear, because we wait so long. By the time you go, what? You got something going on with you. So, but and then there's access to access to healthcare. Man, it's expensive. I mean, so we are in a terrible pickle in terms of getting men to go to the African American men specifically to go to the doctor, myself included. I mean, my wife has to like. But luckily for the last few years, I had a stroke in 2016, 2017, mini stroke, and you just don't pay attention to your health sometimes. Even as a dietitian for myself, sometimes it just gets away from you. At that time it did. Now I do annual checkups without hesitation because I understand the importance of annual checkups, and quite frankly, I have access. I have health care. For a minute there, I had some terrible health care that was like super. I had to go on the market because this job offered absolutely should be criminal to offer that kind of ridiculous price for your health care. But they do, and they get away with it. So, in saying that, I had to be told to go to the doctor by my wife because I didn't know what was going on. I thought I had actually hurt my leg doing some exercise with Carol. And she was a personal trainer at LA Fitness, doing some stuff, trying to follow my wife exercise, trying to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I hurt my leg exercise, but I waited a couple weeks. My wife was like, man, you need to, I don't know exactly what she said, but, my leg was swollen, it was red. It was time to go. So by the time I went, I had to make a long story short, had what did I have? I had an MRI and some other type scans done to my leg. Man, the lady came back. She was doing imaging on my left interior thigh, doing the imaging, and we were laughing and talking at first, and then next thing you know, she was like, everything stopped. And I was like, what? What is happening? She was like, listen, you need to go immediately to the emergency room. And then that was it. I got in a wheelchair. Next thing you know, I was admitted, gave me the heparin drip, clear out. It turned out to be like two clots that were didn't had to be. She was so startled. They had to be traveling there from my left lower leg all the way up. So some years passed, and they think one of those clots, although I had been taking, I did the Coumadin, I did the heparin, I was done with that, and but anyway, something broke off. Boom, I had a little TIA. But ever since then, I've been, trying to take care of myself. But a lot of men in those situations, you can't afford. I mean, we just don't put two and two together. We're stubborn. We don't listen to our wives or girlfriends. Think we can fight it off or do whatever we can to, self-medicate, self-diagnose, and it turns out in a lot of instances to be completely wrong. Completely wrong. So, let me tell you this story real quick. And again, my wife, she was telling me, go to the doctor. I was like, man, listen, we about to blow up. I'm going to be on TV. I cannot go through this situation. It was with my skin for a number of years. I mean, since I was, a teenager, I've suffered from, and I'm going to share this story because it's going to help somebody. I suffer from this. I thought it was acne at the time, and I would get, and I still do get these huge lumps in my head. I mean, oh man, one time I went to the doctor and they had to it was some kind of procedure. I had a lump in the back of my head. I was playing football for Wayne State at the time. I had to go and get this excised, man. It was a huge knot full of pus, man, and they had to bust it, excise it, and it splattered. I saw it splattered on the wall. I'll never forget it. It was so gross, man, coming out of my head. And then not to mention my skin, I just thought I had sensitive skin. And so I've been suffering. I was on antibiotic therapy, and I tried to go back and do it again, but luckily, I'm going to tell you the story. And I was taking, not baclofen, I forgot the name of it, but anyway, it'll come to me later. So I was doing that. I went to a doctor when I was younger. My mother would be like, oh my God, what can I do to help you? She was just so hurt by it, because I have a grandmother, she would come and say, oh, what's wrong with your face? You need to do sassafras tea in the spring. I mean, it was all kind of different. My molasses, my mother would give me concoctions and tell me. So I've been, this has been a lifelong struggle, and then, or something to deal with, some type of, it was a situation that I just couldn't understand what was going on. And the older you get, I'm like, damn, I still got acne? Dog. Oh. But all kind of different, I would have all kind of, I thought it stopped. I would have all, oh my God. And they would, but then you got to go to work, you got to boil, you got something, you got to pretend like it's not there. People can see it because it's red. You can see it. If I can see it, you can see it. So, but, I recently had some girl, she was describing something, a conversation about somebody. They was going to this girl. She knew they was going through something. They worked at the same job that I was at the particular time. So anyway, she was like, oh, that dude with the, She didn't say the word. She just said, oh, that dude with the, just like, okay. You ain't got to keep saying that. Okay, I get what you're saying. You're talking to me. You know what I mean? What are you doing? So anyway, dealing with all those situations, you still got to maintain your confidence. You got this going on. My wife kept telling me, go recently, just keep, go to U of M. I'm like, I'm not going to U of M now. I know it's somebody down here who can treat this. I was going to a guy named Dr. Aronson a long time ago. I had tried Accutane. He gave me, that just blew I felt like my head was exploding with the Accutane. I forgot if it was pill or, I think it was pill. But because it was making my head explode or whatever, I feel like it was going to explode, right? So, okay, so years of treatment, taking Augmentin was it. Taking 500 milligrams of Augmentin. Every day you had to take this. One time he had me 500 milligrams of Augmentin, twice a day. My skin was that bad. It was just it was horrible. It was horrific. But anyway, so going to him. Then fast forward, I done been to my girl Seven at Skin Bar. She been helping me. She was telling me different things to do, whatever. And then so fast forward again. Here I am. I'm like, listen, I'm blowing up. Boom. I'm gonna be on. I gotta put myself on. So I'm gonna be on the tube, right? Then it's running 10 minutes. I got a couple minutes. I'm gonna end this. This is important because guess what? It's men's health awareness, and we gotta be aware. We gotta know what our problems is. Mine is the skin, man. So I went to the doctor, and my wife was telling me go. She wanted me to go U of M, right? That's right. She wanted me to go to U of M. I'm like, I'm not going way up to U of M. It's got to be some people in my community that can help me, and black. So I looking up. I actually had been looking up a minute, but I don't know what I was thinking about. But anyway, so I finally found Dr. Carter Snell downtown, kind of midtown, right, off of Woodward. And I think it's Henry, but whatever. So anyway, it's on Woodward, right off of Woodward. And so I went down to the office, and it was in the morning. Went down there, boom, boom, boom. It was a nice office, blah. Got in there, they was really friendly, really nice. Dr. Carter Snell again, she was absolutely fantastic, and so is Seven with the skin bar. So anyway, look, I'm going, waiting, talking to the people. I'm just sitting there really because they said it was behind. It was short of help. They had new people. But anyway, so I go into the chair. They get me in there. Finally, I sit in the chair. They come in. They give me a little stuff or whatever, information. The girl was new. It was just it was a crazy day. But so Dr. Carter Snell came in. And I was like, wow, this is Dr. Carter Snell. And then she said, I had my, by the way, you see this Playboy bunny from Detroit, right? That's right. So anyway, she come in, she said I had my black scrubs on. She was like, well, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a dietitian. And we got into that deal. And then she went right into it. I was, telling what the problem was, the scarring, the thing. She immediately, went to work. She knew what was happening. She said, don't worry, I've seen this before. I'm like, you seen this before? I'm like, damn, I'm thinking like I'm the only one going through this in the world. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like Job sometimes because of the the story of Job. So I felt like that on certain days, especially you would have breakouts. Everything be clear for 1 minute, then next thing boom, go get a haircut, shit. And it's not shaving bumps. It's not the shaving, but this is not that. This is an hereditary disorder. But she diagnosed this right there. All she did was look at my head. She was like, boom, 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 don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to give you, I was telling her, she said, stop taking that. I was starting to take baclofen. Just had gotten from my doctor like maybe a day before that. And I took maybe 2 pills of that. She was like, stop taking that. And so I stopped taking it. And then she prescribed me. She knew what it was. And I just found this paper. I was like, and so my diagnosis is called dissecting cellulitis of the scalp. Crazy. I'm like, sounds horrific. And it is. It's a hereditary disorder. It's progressive. It's called alopecia, abscesses, and nodules. But it does not go away. It doesn't go away. Can you imagine that? I have something that will never go away. So I got to keep dealing with it. However, what she did for me, I told her what I took, blah, 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 blah. She said, stop taking that stuff, stop taking the antibiotic, right? I told you that. And so I started taking, benzocaine, which is the 5% topical. It's a gel. Tasha said her mom used to use it. So I do this like an antibiotic, very strong. I need it strong, right? I think my skin is starting to see some improvement. Somebody gonna tell me I need to use moisturizer or something like that, but that's what Seven said. That's what the doctor said. And the sunscreen. All right. So anyway, okay. So she gave me the benzocaine, and she also gave me Terarotene. Topical cream, applied head or scalp. 1%. It's like a vitamin A, I think she said, but it's a topical type thing. So it's been working. So that's why I mean, it's been, I've been seeing some improvement. You know what I mean? And plus, it's starting to get that sun, so I'm starting to get a little red too, getting some color to me. So instead of that paleness, so it's working. So I say this to say, because I'm running on 15 minutes. I say this all to say, men, go to the doctor, get your treatment if you can get it. I mean, there are, and I'm gonna start. You know what? I'm gonna start providing some actual office numbers and resources that are available. There's some resources available where you can go, to the doctor. Excuse me. You can go to the doctor, or some of these different health fairs sometimes, or just for men or whoever in the community. Do that. Know your problem. Face up to your problem, and then try to solve your problem in terms of health, and we should be okay. All right, man. I just wanted to share that. It's working. Drink plenty of water too, as you see. This is my first. Don't listen. This is my first. I'm not trying to perpetrate. This is my first glass of water for the day. I had some coffee. So I struggle with that too. But all is good and all is well. Thank you. Hopefully you get something out of this. I'm kind of digging this little outfit I got on today. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm still a good-looking dude. We just over. We just try to, get over those things in which we are struggling with personally. You probably never know. It's something that really bothers me at times. I look in the mirror like, oh my God, this is, oh my God, it's horrific. But you got to get over it, right? And with the help of God, He will provide things or lay them in your pathway in order for you to overcome those hurdles, personal or otherwise. Peace out.